Okay, let's start now. A very good morning. Let us start the session for today. Warm welcome to our masters, Hualien Dharma team, and brothers and sisters around the globe to Saturday Hualien Dharma talk. Before we start, I would like to share a short accepted master's speech, master's sermon. A sense of mission, universal love for all beings. 此际 transcends all religions, working together in harmony for the common good. I'm a person of faith. My belief is in Buddhism. Following the teachings of the Buddha, we learn to be awakened, to be compassionate beings. What do awakening arise to? There exists suffering in this world. Every religion in the human world must carry a sense of mission. When any sentient being suffers, those in faith must respond with love, whether it is universal love, benevolent love, or great love. The common thread shared by all religions is love. We cannot bear to see sentient beings suffer, and so we extend our love universally to all. When religions unite, their strength, goodness is amplified. We can relieve suffering and bring salvation to those in need. 感恩 for Master's teaching. Now let us send our sincere prayers into the 10 directions. May the Seah land be free from disaster and peace prevails in the world. Let us sing the prayer song with sincere piousness.
In my heart, I feel deep gratefulness. All my heart is filled with sincere prayer. From all corners of the world, let us join our hearts and pray for a world of harmony and peace. In my heart, I feel deep gratefulness. May all the Buddhas hear my prayer. All united with one heart, let us end our hate with love. May there be no suffering hereafter.
May all minds be purified. May there be peace in the community. May there be no disasters in this world. Now let us pray together for universal love and blessing. With loving respect, gratitude, and confidence, let us wish every person in our lives a healthy body, an enlightened mind, and total fulfillment in universal love. Now let us expand this consciousness to include every person in the world, every being in the universe. Let our unified love make this wonderful world even better. Let us all immerse ourselves in the joyful embrace of universal love. Before we hear the wonderful sharing, let us invite our board masters to let us in paying homage to the Triple Gems. Let us pay our respects for these teachings and explanations to the Buddha and Master Ching by making 3 sincere vows. Please, guys, palms together. First bow. Second bow. Third bow. And a bow to our beloved Abode Masters who could join us today. Okay. Today we have Brother Joe and Brother Joe will be sharing on the Brother Joe is not available today. Sister Ching will stand in. And next we have Master Huang who will be sharing on what is more precious, soil or gold. Why and how do you know this fact? And next will be Sister Yvonne will be sharing on the from visitors to volunteer, the power of Jing tour to awaken hearts. Okay, next we'll invite Sister Ching for the weekly summary. Sister Ching, over to you. Cảm ơn.
Okay, good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, hold on. Okay, last week we had 3 speakers. The first was Brother Joe. Brother Joe said, last week we closed chapter 1, a journey complete. Wisdom's fragrance lingered tender and sweet. From every realm, beings gathered both near and far, held by the Dharma embrace as they truly are. For over 2,500 years, the truth remains. Students endured through hardship, through trials and pains. A teacher connects with compassion's steady hand, guiding each soul to rise to understand. Chapters 5 to 7 reveals teachers sincere. 8 to 11 make the triple gem clear. Buddha, Dharma, Sangha sustain each mindful stride, not words alone, but truth lived deep inside. The Sutra of Infinite Meanings lights the way to the Lotus Sutra, bright as day. 5 years on one chapter, studied with care, understanding more deeply, wisdom to share. Disciples gather, hearts shifting, thoughts rearrange. Some welcomed the changes, others felt it strange. Even in tea, when changes are proposed, they are first faced with doubt. Only with time, Master's vast vision blossoms throughout. At first, self-liberation was Buddha's call, but soon he urged seek freedom for all. Through deep samadhi, the Buddha saw resistance remain, so he built a path for hearts to sustain. Today we continue with vows pure and true, carrying the Dharma in all that we do. Tzu walks gently, compassion lighting the way, turning the Buddha's teachings into actions each day. Then Sister Everly, she spoke about the stage not being hers. This path reveals Sister Everly is a part of a greater whole, not hers alone, but a unified shared goal. With strangers, she worked, each task tightly pressed. Logistics demanded precision, no room for rest. Consensus required, each voice had a say. Learning to trust let controlling fall away. 4-in-1 taught how each role must align. Collaboration across groups became a steady sign. Coordination meant space for all to belong, not giving orders but harmonizing strong. One sleepless night brought redemption's guiding ray, transforming her heart in a profound way. She prayed for wisdom to Master so dear. Master said to act with mindfulness, being present and clear. Faces and actions spoke louder than speech. Through silent moments, compassion could reach. Losing her voice became an unplanned guide, learning to listen with heart open wide. Words must be careful, complaints set aside. Body spoke gently, truth would not hide. Each vow a dot in a circle complete, together connected and the mission made sweet. There is no need to stand as the center's face. Each role contributes to the circle's embrace. Listening, supporting, and connecting with care, reflections of teamwork beyond compare. Grateful for challenges, for trust that was shown. In every small dot, perfection is grown. And then Sister June spoke about her life of choices. In a Johor town, Sister June's mother taught strength and care. Resilience and kindness were values she'd share. From 15 siblings, her mom stood as trusted guide. Principles shaped her with love by her stride. At 17, Sister June journeyed to KL's busy street. At 19, abroad, where growth and lesson meet. Needs over wants, she learned to discern. Through cousins' care, responsibility, she did learn. A homecoming turned into a permanent stay. A liver donation showed a selfless way. Marriage and family, 3 generations in one. Blessings and trials beneath the same sun. In Hualien, she saw her home brother's proud day. Master Ching looked frail. Her vow found its way. Her mom's cancer, her duties, her classes combined. One step at a time kept her aligned. COVID reminded how fleeting life could be. Friends lost too soon, impermanence she could see. In 2023, finally commissioned to serve the world. Retired with joy, new chapters gently unfold. Dreams of Master whispered, all starts from heart. With faith and service, wisdom will impart. Now vows in action, compassion is her art. A circle of learning where journeys restart. With gratitude she walks, each challenge a sign, trusting in God and Master and goodness in her mind. Before and after, new purpose she'd find, constructing wisdom, leaving material wealth behind. Okay, kanan for listening. I'll stop share right now. Hold on. Okay, and I hand over to Sister Moon to introduce our next speaker. Over to you.
Good morning. Good morning, brothers and sisters. For this morning, we have Sister Ching, Master Huang, and Sister Yvonne to do sharing with us. Unfortunately, Brother Joe is unavailable, and Sister Ching will instead present one of the sharing from the Guiding Reader series in Kaohsiung. And the topic she has chosen is Youth Promoting Vegetarianism, Sustainable Diet. Yeah, let us take a listen from Sister Ching.
感恩 Sister Muna. Okay. Let me share the. Okay. 感恩 Okay, dear Master Chen Yan, Venerable Monastics, brothers and sisters on this Saturday morning Hualien platform. Good morning, everyone. This morning, we are very grateful to have the chance to share one of the stories from Guiding Readers. Our Sister Ying from Taipei, she presented this, the youth, how youth are promoting vegetarianism as a sustainable diets. Okay. Okay, today, so the topic is Youth Promoting Vegetarianism, Sustainable Diet. This initiative is part of Tzu Chi Foundation's Planet Sustainability Impact Project, aiming to inspire youth to care for the environmental and life through real action. Its core mission is to encourage companies to support sustainable eating. So we are not only about school children or the youth, it's also about collaboration with companies, promoting low carbon diets education in schools through industry academia collaboration. This is a three-party collaborations between corporations, Tzu Chi, and schools, advancing a shared vegetarian initiative. So how it got started? The idea began in January 2024 when this sister saw a teacher from Zhonglun High School dining with students at our plant-based restaurant, Planting Ground. She was curious and later learned that a Tzu Chi brother has sponsored this meal to reward students volunteers in environmental protection. So the sister was deeply touched. What if more companies join this effort to support students in experiencing vegetarianism and environmental education? What a meaningful initiative it could be, right? So it was their first collaborative effort with companies and schools, and it brought both learning and inspiration. With the team's consensus and support from Executive Director Yan Bowen, the plan officially launched in April 2024, and now more than a year has passed. 3 teams have collaborated to realize this initiative. There's this sister Bao Xiu from PR. She will be coordinating with principals, teachers, and students. Then we have Jing staff handling catering, DIY cooking, and guided tours. The Northern Third Long Dong team. They have this Long Dong team in Taiwan. Okay, so this Northern team they will liaise with businesses. Okay, like something like entrepreneur team, I reckon. Inviting sponsorship and co-designing core curriculum. Each of these teams focus on its role, complementing one another, truly indispensable. This cohesive effort has allowed the youth promoting plant-based sustainable eating program to gradually take root, engaging more students and companies in earth-sustaining action. This model can also be replicated across different regions and countries. Let's hope one day Malaysia will have this, and as well as other countries. For example, in Australia, during the year-end blessings and new shoots scholarships, they shared the concept of planting trees through plant-based eating as a rapid way to cool the planet. Let's hear about this, what they meant by this. The US is also replicating this model. Of course, in Malaysia, we are also going to share at schools about these tree planting things. Okay, when students arrive at, now when the students arrive at Jing, they first enjoy a low carbon meal. Next, they take a guided mobile environmental education tour, experiencing the ethos of sustainability on site. The most anticipated segment is the DIY cooking. Children prepare and taste their own creations. Finally, they gather to discuss the philosophy and practice the sustainable eating, contemplating. The earth is sick. How can we help to cool it down? Why can eating truly change the world? At the end, the students complete a feedback form. That's the moment that moves us most. So far, the team have collected 1,700 students' feedback form. Some students express their emotions through drawing, others through heartfelt words. I think this is the one I went. Yeah, I went. It's very nice. The food buffet style. Okay, I used to find it strange. Okay, one of the student feedback. I used to find it strange when grandma ate vegetarian today. Okay, when grandma ate vegetarian today, I learned plant-based eating can love and protect the earth. From now on, I'll eat vegetarian with grandma. Okay, although meat still tastes best to me, the planet and the next generations for them, I'm willing to eat less meat and more plant-based meals. I'll start with one vegetarian dish, one meal, and slowly practice, eventually having a whole day of plant-based meal to make my diet more eco-friendly. Okay, some of the feedback. Okay, another one. I'll gradually increase plant-based meals from a few months until it becomes a natural part of my life. Some even resolve. When I grow up to be an entrepreneur, I want to sponsor students to eat plant-based too. Okay, sorry lah, all Chinese. So they started to have their video. Actually, a lot of testimonial because of time. 30 minutes, I wouldn't be able to share the all the videos. Okay, let us sorry. Now we watch a video. Let us calm our minds and watch this thought-provoking documentary about defrosting Greenland. This is the northeast martial art. When you reach 1.5 degrees Celsius.
The water is now next to the people's house.
海水侵蚀已经到，你看哈，都侵蚀到路边来了，一路上都是这样子啊，然后土地的流失哈，那海岸线被侵
Way
蚀
nearer
哦，所以非常
nearer
明
to
显。
the island.
这个地方的飞机场，我来看到我吓一跳啊，因为你看这里哦，是不是柏油路的机场啊？刚降落的时候呢，其实有些海水都已经打上来了，是侵蚀它的海岸线呢非常的严重。我们刚沿路看到很多的石瓦都就往海岸边那边倒下去了。潮汐的时候呢，这个这条飞机跑道呢就不见了，就到海底下去了哈，造成他们生活居民上的影响啊非常的大。
All because of global warming, because we now realize global warming. That's the main cause. What is this boy trying to do? He's holding a signage in his hand. Imagine after all the Greenland's ice melt, the water will rise to the level that is climbing high up the stream. That's the level. Imagine if all the melting of Greenland, how it will impact this island. 1.5 degree increase already like cover the island now. If all the ice sheet in Greenland melted. Yeah, we're talking about 7.4 meter rise in sea level. If all the ice sheet in Greenland. So it's a true story of survival. Actually, we know the solution. What are we waiting? Okay. So after watching that video, did we feel, I'm sure everyone feel as heavy-hearted as I did. This film shows the excessive carbon emissions as the main cause of climate change. We know nations and industries are striving to reduce emissions. So what can individuals do? That's the impact of carbon dioxide impact on the environment. Melting of ice sheet. Of course, that's like Greenland. We saw climate change. It affect the rainfall. The crops. Global boiling. Global warming. Reduce food productions. Ocean getting more acidic. Earth ecology modification. Increase sea level. Ozone level. Okay, I mentioned it already. Okay. So what they did. So what will the volunteers do? They will tell the students the fastest way to act. There's a solution as we mentioned in the video. Change how you eat. Less meat, more plant-based to help cool the earth. We have the solution. This is propagated by the UN itself, the researcher. So why use diet to combat global warming? Because 1/3 of global carbon emissions comes from fruit production, 1/3 from farm to plate. Livestock emissions exceed those from cars, trains, even airplane. Yeah, of course we can use those, but those are very small percentage. Now we are talking about deep impact. So food is the one, diet. Heavy meat eaters over 100 grams of meat daily have 2 to 4 times the carbon footprints of others. So those who are heavy meat eaters are truly they are one of the main contributors for this carbon emission. For example, one fried chicken fillet, say 200 to 300 grams, qualifies the person as a heavy meat eater. Carbon emissions over 10 kg per day. Light meat eater under 50 gram daily have carbon emission under 5 kg. Of course, vegan who eats no meat, no eggs or dairy emit just 2.5 kg daily, at least 4 times less than heavy meat eater. Does food cause global warming? Students love beef burger. Cow produce methane. 20 times more warming than carbon dioxide, 20 times more. China is the world's largest emitter, the US second. But if we combine all cows into a cow nation, its emission would rank between China and US. We are talking about cow itself. It's like they are the top 3 in terms of emissions of this carbon footprint. Okay, this is from the IPCC report in 2016. That's the one we talked about. Cow ranking number 2. Okay, maybe let's try watch this climate clock. Okay, if we this is the climate clock. If we often watch TV, we will be familiar with this climate clock. Of course, depends on what we are watching. But of course, today is much higher. The time is shorter already. This was quite some time already. What does this clock countdown of time means to us? He told us how much time do we have before the Earth temperature rise by 1.4 degree. Well, we're talking about 4 years. 4 years, 33 days. I think definitely lesser than 33 already now. How much more carbon can we emit? The greater the carbon emission, the faster our planet will warm. While reducing carbon emission can slow down the time it takes for the planet to warm. What does the so-called global warming of 1.5 degrees Celsius means to us? It is the unpredictable climate and frequent natural disaster. Actually, we are feeling it already. As you can see because it's not like suddenly 1.5, all these things happen. It's like gradually, it's the intensity as we are nearing it. So it will get more intense. The ice caps are melting, the sea levels rising, cities and even countries are being flooded, leading to the emergence of climate refugees. Think about it. Will we become climate refugees one day? Nothing is impossible the way humans are going now. Today, we want to show everyone how we can make impactful meaning on Earth sustainability. Here, our message of skipping one meat-based meal saves 780 grams of carbon. One matured tree absorbs about 12 kg of carbon per year. One matured tree absorbs 12 kg of carbon per day. Okay, understand this concept first. So skipping one meat-based meal saves 780 grams of carbon. So if we take 15 meals, your 15 meals of no meat, plant-based, times 780 grams, it will come out to 12 kg. It's like one tree. So 15 plant-based meals equals to one tree's annual carbon emission. The concept is about climaterium. Okay, think about it. That's faster than waiting 5 to 10 years for a tree to mature, right? See, of course, some people say, I want to plant a tree to absorb this carbon. Wait, 5 to 10 years, it's already reached the 1.5 degree already. It's too slow. So 2 weeks of plant-based 15 meals equals planting one tree. So it's faster. If we eat Okay, 2 meals, you get the 50 meals already. You can save, it's like plant one tree. So this team designed a tree planting card. They will bring this card to the Jing, the buffet restaurant or vegan restaurant to when people dine, like 2 people then get 2 marks, 10%, 10 marks. It shows their Earth sustainability influence, how many people they have inspired to reduce carbon. They also introduced a new term. Now it's known as climatarian, climate plus vegetarian. So when people ask why you go plant-based, then we can proudly say, I'm a climatarian. I eat for the climate. The young people, instead of people say religion, health, some people may think, don't really like think much of it. But now we are talking about saving the earth already. I'm eating for the earth. I'm eating for the climate. So on May 7th at this buffet restaurant place at the vegan, they held a result sharing event from last October to this July. They documented their achievement. They designed a bilingual English, Chinese English e-invitation. They had no exhibitions curation experience. Sister Ying mentions the striking vertical banner used at Daai Radio Jing exhibition. So they decided to adopt a similar style for their display. This team have no exhibition experience, but yet look at the quality. So they also included banners from 14 high schools showing how many trees each school have planted. Of course, not physically the tree, plant-based diet. 50 meals, planted one tree. They even printed students' artwork like listening to the sound of planting endamame. One banner featured feedback from Yangming High School's Chang Xuanyun. After learning one meat less meal save 780 grams of carbon, I decided 2 plant-based meals daily with my only meat meal under 50 grams. Oh, so inspiring. At least that's the first step. Imagine the young people are this still heavy meat eater. They decided to do that. So they display 2 main visual banners along the exhibition path, each with tables containing students' feedback sheets and files. Even the file covers were thoughtfully designed. Before the exhibition opened, attendees viewed videos of students and teachers' feedback in a side meeting room. They also prepared a 230 centimeter corporate cold goodness signing banner proposed by Sister Chiu Yi, featuring company logo where each could autograph a thoughtful touch. So thoughtful. About 120 guests attended, including Vice Ministers of the Environmental Protection Department, Ye Junhong, Tzu Executive Director Yan Bo-wen, corporate business leaders and principals and teachers from 14 high schools. Our achievements from April to July, 1,710 visits at this plant-based buffet restaurants are reducing 1.3 tons of carbon, equivalent to planting 111 trees in a year. On the right is high schools participation statistic. Chart shows the number of trees planted per participating school and carbon reductions figures in the program's first year. See, so cute. All of these schools, they have this picture. You have planted how many schools become like forests. So the attendees were so excited. They took photos. Lovely. Ready to enter year 2. So they invite all high schools to join and plant their flags. One special school, Taipei European School, on January 7th, after we visited and explained the program, the principal actively observed and then brought these students on June 3rd. So the principal heard he was like, so he brought his team there, and he hopes to bring more to join next year. And also Beiho Temple. Okay, we're talking about temple at Yilan. At our corporate info session, Dharma Master Yani was moved, saying, I always thought vegetarianism was about compassion. Now I realize it's life connected. Life connected. He's willing to join and brought the temple's volunteers and youth team to visit Jingse Hall in Guandu, hoping to implement this in Yilan. The ripple of goodness continues. Because we had to print documents at the print shop, Miss Chen saw our Eat Plant-Based this is talking about the team Taiwan. Eat Plant-Based to Plant Trees presentation and was inspired. Even the printer also so inspired. She volunteers with cancer support group and promoted plant-based bento for climbers of Jade Mountain. Another ripple of love and resonance of goodness. So they one inspire another. Sister Ying shares closing remarks. After brothers and sisters sharing and watching defrosting Greenland, the sound of melting ice felt like earth calling out. I recall Master's teaching. Walk life lightly, so the earth won't act. At that moment, I truly feel the earth breathing, and its cry is real. Humanity should not be earth destroyer, but as its guardian. If this program helps kids who once rejected vegetarian food discover that it can be that delicious and shift their hearts towards cooling the planet and caring for health, that is learning to open into which leads into awakening. In a year, over 1,700 students have participated. We believe these 1,700 seedlings of goodness, infinite in potentials, will shape a different future. Let us together guard and save the earth, change the world by eating plant-based, create hope with every bite. Finally, she wants to share. These 1,700 feedback forms were compiled with great care by their team. From not knowing to write, to learning to shoot videos and interviews, it's all due to their united effort. This is not like the professional team, is from scratch, from zero. The greatest support came from the Executive Director's Office and Corporate Co-Goodness Leaders, Brother Zhong Yi backing and assistance. So very grateful. That's why Master said, do not afraid to do the right things when we have this initiative to do right things. Definitely there will be bodhisattvas arising from the grounds to support. Brother Zhang Yirui, okay, the last PPT, part of the Brother Zhang Yirui's speech, he said, in early 2024 at Jing Concept Hall, together with the Northern Third Long Dong Team Honorary Board Team, we planned the Corporate Core Goodness Earth Sustainability Influence Series. Sister Ying said, spreading Dharma, uplifting life, belief into actions, plant-based core goodness to protect Earth, which became the core idea of a new carbon reduction food movement, replacing tree planting with eating plant-based. This May, we held our one-year results sharings and exhibition. We hope more companies join this co-goodness path. At year 2, let's leave footprints of reduced carbons together. Okay, 感恩 everyone for listening. I pass back the platform to Sister Moon. 感恩.
Yeah, thank you, Sister Su Ching, for this very illuminating presentation. It is very true, yes, that's the, that the what we call climate refugees is not so far away. Think cities like New York, Shanghai, Singapore, they are all on the map for high impact if these ice caps melt. And this community, I mean, governments can do a lot, and they do a lot, and they also talk a lot, right? But at the end of the day, I think it is the individual that must contribute. And an individual, as we all know, has only limited effort. So this idea of a community serving the community in multi-parties effort is a really very beneficial and effective idea, because if we sit here waiting for the government to do something, I think it will take a very long time. And I find that, so much has been talked about carbon footprint reduction and, this and that, but to translate that into a tree absorbing 12 kg of carbon a year is equivalent to you eating 15 meals. It's something very tangible. You say, oh, every meal I eat now, there's I have a mission, and rather than a big a discussion on carbon saving and saving the world, right? So when we put it down into things that is so easily understood and so easily followed, especially by young people. And I think that young people today are actually more aware about saving the world than actually people from, let's say, my generation. So it's a very, very wonderful presentation. Thank you very much, Sister Suchi. And next, of course, we would like to extend a very warm welcome to Master Huang to our Saturday heartwarming talk. Master Huang, it's always a joy to have you come on board with us. Today, your topic, has actually piqued my interest a lot when I first read it. Like, where is the connection and what is the mission between gold and soil, and I'm sure a lot of us here, brothers and sisters, are very much interested to hear what you have to say regarding this topic. Master Huang, you are muted, Master Huang.
Yes.
Mm.
Okay. Hi, good morning. Yeah, I know because, I just shift to a new place where I just realized that my camera was, and the background was not really get some enough bright. So I just, just try to get a good position so that it's more clear. But anyway, thank you, everyone. Maybe good morning, afternoon, or evening for those who online in everywhere But I think we all are in the Tzu world because it's 24 hours. Everyone was busy on doing, helping masters to do what masters want to do. So anyway, just let me to show you guys my PPT. Okay. Okay. Is this it? Can you see my slide now? Okay. Okay, I hope the topic which is give you some interesting on want to listen. I hope that my contents, my sharing will not make you feel want to sleep, fall to sleep. So I think what is more precious for soil or gold, and I think the questions of whether soil or gold is more precious can depend on context and perspective for others. So, but here are some key points to consider. So I think I will break it into three in the different elements to share these two soil and gold in different how can I say, it's like the opinions from what people you can get it for. So for of course for the gold, if in terms of the cultural significance, maybe gold will often symbolize wealth, status, and the power in various cultures, or further enhancing its perceived value. And of course, for the economic value, maybe gold has been used as a form of currency and a store of value for thousands of years ago. So its rarity and the beauty make it a highly sought after a jewelry and the investment market. So I think this is until now, yeah, it's still people will crazy for it, crazy for it. Yeah, whether it's gold or platinum or whatever, silver or whatever, diamonds and all those things, jewels. So as usual, I think I would like to play some short video clip, and this is in Chinese, and later I think maybe you can understand because this is the pronunciation is very clear. So just take a look of this video clip.
一块金子与一块泥巴相遇了，金子对泥巴说：“你看你灰不溜秋的，你有我闪耀吗？你有我高贵吗？”泥巴摇摇头说：“我能生出花，生出果，生出草，生出树木，生出庄稼，生出万物，你能吗？”金子沉默了。生命的寓意不在于自己值多少钱，而是自身创造了多少价值。因为你的存在帮助了很多人，这才是价值。
Yeah. Okay. So if I want to translate into English, and I think this is what I can say is like for the gold say to the mud, are you as dazzling as I am? Are you as noble as I am? And because the gold is always think he is in a very high status, is very perceived value in high status, and the mud shook his head and say, I can produce flower, fruit, grass, trees, and everything else in these universes. But can you do that? Actually, the gold have forget. The soil can produce everything, include gold, platinum, or silver, everything. So we have to rely on the soil on this land. So include our human being as well, or all the living creatures like animals and others. So and the gold remained silent because he thought he was like in a very high position. So show the arrogance and kind of this human beings' habitual tendencies. So I think this the meaning of life is not how much money. I think from this video is telling us that it's not how much money you are worth, you have, but how much value you create. So because your assistance in this world, and then you can help many people, just like our master say, just judge your value for your own self, how much effort you can contribute to the society, to your family, to your friends, and all colleagues for your career. So I think this is the value if you are benefiting to others people, not only for your own self. I think this is a great value. It's similar to there's a lot of story, and I very get impressed when more than over 20 years ago when I first heard about Masters mentioned this touching couple, the story. I mean the couple who donate the gold for Master in 1991 to build the Hualien hospital. And it's unbelievable. Master said this is an unbelievable connection with this popcorn couple because this poor at that time they are running a small business. They are running the popcorn business. So this couple, I mean, about 2 years ago, Master said for decades, Master herself has always kept the kindness of this popcorn scented couple in her heart, always remembering how they came with a jar, with a tin jar, 这个瓶罐, a jar filled with gold jewelry, wrapped in layers of the old newspaper, and intending to donate this gold to Master to build a hospital. Actually, I found out from the Tzu magazine in the past, they got married in 1983, and they kept the gold jewelry until 1991. They married 1983, and then because in the between in the mid years they get to know friends. So actually it's about 7 years or 8 years. They keep the gold and with wrap because the old newspaper. So the old newspapers that they wrap the gold is on during the time they get married is on 1983. So they keep until they never open, they never reveal the gold to take a look because they keep, and then they worry someone will rob, their things, their values, jewelry. So they always wrap with the old newspaper until 8-9 years later. So because after they're married, the husband always told his wife, don't carry gold with you. You see, nowadays there are many robberies are caused by this. Because of this, so the layers of newspaper, the cover a lot of newspaper during the time. But years later, because they got a friend called Jing, which is he is our Tzu Chi volunteer as well. And then this volunteer, he also run the popcorn business. And then they share, our volunteer share a news to this couple saying, Master need money to build hospital, and then we are short of money, so we want to, do some good thing to donate. And because our volunteer share to this couple and saying, our house, the volunteer say, our house doesn't have iron window. We don't have a strong window. So it is very easy for the thieves to come in, and the gold wouldn't be of much use for us. So why not just donate to our master to build a hospital to make it beneficial to others, make it more meaningful, more value. And then because after these couples, after healing, our volunteers saying that masters would be visiting the Pingdong branch during Master Xinjiang, the routine route trip in Taiwan, all the provinces. And then because they live in Pingdong, so they say Master is coming soon to the Pingdong Tzu Chi branch. So the couple discuss the donating, want to donate the gold to Master and to build a hospital. This is how the story come from. So make it easy. I think this is the old newspaper we're publishing, was saying to worry turns to peace of mind, because they worry someone will rob their gold. So they always keep and never reveal until they're wrapped with an old newspaper. And years later, they meet a good person who told them this is a good news, you can do good action, good deed, you can plan your good future blessing. So they change their mind, they transform the gold turns to bricks. So you can see what's the difference. If you got you call a piece of gold, or how many carats or whatever you call the value of this gold. It's just, maybe my finger, only the size. But if you take one brick of the gold brick, and then you sell it, and then you can get so many bricks that can build. Yeah, it turns like this. So what is the difference, gold and the soil? And I think this is very funny. I mean, it's very interesting that for us to consider which one is more precious. And this is for our Tzu Chi vision, and we turn the materialistic goal into the very realistic, very true building, the strong, big building, which is the medical mission can help, can save people's life, and can keep our people's healthy, our population, keep us, get more healthy. So this is what we need to have the hospital. So for this one, it makes me to want to share to you is recently I'm going to study for my coming soon September the Jing to Taichung, which is we are having the Xingjie Pingma, the chapter, the Lotus Sutra chapter 4, which is the faith and understanding chapter. So I remember because the elderly father was wanted the son who been traveled over around outside, was losing, left the house for over 5 decades, or maybe 10, 20, 50, at least 50 decades. So, and finally, the son will come near to the house, but still insists walking. And, this is like Master say, there's a passage saying that gold, silver, and treasures are inherently endowed with merits and virtues. So in the Buddhist teaching, actually there is a saying that we all, it's so precious that everyone have a Buddha nature. it's just like bringing those treasures as our Buddha nature is very inherently for all of us. So it's just like, you can have it, no one can steal from it. Yeah, if you are, your kindness, your compassion, no one can change. If you, still want to like keep uphold this precept and do good things, no one can steal from it. I think this is what I get it from this master's teaching. And there's one old people saying like Chinese proverbs, like saying recently, because master also mentioned these words by Wu Yong Si Su Shen. Of course, master mentioned another story, but I take this word and then I think it's saying like the scholars or intellectuals are good for nothing. What I want to say, so of course, it's not because you don't need to get a high educated or the high academic. But I want to say is like more important is like nowadays in the modern era, we can see we always say 3C, 3C 产品 products, all those electronic items was like can say it's like flooding, like flooding our mind, so that we are like addicted to this kind of electronic, and then we are lost the basic human morality between our human and human interconnection. So I think this is time for us to reflecting on the beauty of human morality, which is to rebuilding a society filled with light and hope. So here is the advertisement. I think it's quite fun and it's very inspired. So take a look. It's in Thailand language, but there's a Chinese and English subtitle. Just take a look.
Actually, why problem? I think overcome
นี่ซื้อให้ใครครับ ให้ลูก กี่ขวบแล้วครับอีก7 ปีพี่ค่อยมารับนะครับ ยังไง 12 ปีเป็นอายุที่เหมาะสมในการเล่นแท็บเล็ตครับและช่วงที่เขายังเล็กอยู่ผมอยากให้เขาได้ใช้ชีวิตอยู่กับพี่ได้รู้จักความอบอุ่นความรักก่อนที่เขาจะกลายเป็นหุ่นยนต์ครับรอหน่อย Advice มีแต่คำแนะนำที่ดีให้คุณ
ones for you. I think this advertisement is very inspiring, and I did like it. So okay, now we're back to master's teaching. Of course, I get this 高学历也有高智慧, which is compare a master's once she told our education mission, all the principals and the teachers or lecturers and others high professionals in education. Master say compared to the educational situation from masters like 50 or 60 years ago, young people total today generally have a high level of education. Master say that while times have changed, possessing a high level of education and knowledge also requires a high level of moral integrity. Master say if young people's behavior deviates slightly and if it's not corrected, and they encourage by the message and saying, oh, never mind, like, maybe now say the parents will say, oh, young people are more proactive. They just do what they think. So, and they encourage them, like, like without giving them some good guidance. Maybe Master say this actually creates a potential crisis. So that's why masters often say to our senior master when we get the new pupil, we should continue to accompany the younger generation, especially for the new coming volunteer, with less experience. So the newcomers and the young people should also respect the senior members. And then without the senior, master say without our senior volunteer who practice the charity with compassion and taking steady steps following masters to spread this forward vision mission, and we wouldn't have the study today. So this is one I would like to share like this is the story about Sister Sarah, and we know she shared this before a few years ago during the COVID-19. I remember, those children. Maybe I would think that, oh, maybe you yourself, or maybe you say my children have get high educate have a academic better than these children. But I think if compared to them, I think I'm the loser because I don't even smart as them. I couldn't create my own toys by using those recycled products. This is so creative and they can make the fun without paying money. And yet we, I can say I myself, maybe, foolish being, we have to use our money to buy things. And they are using this without price. They just collect, they can save, they save money and they don't spend money. They didn't create any bad. Yeah. So I think this is like they're using the resourceful items and so creative. So they are smarter than us, I can say. Yeah, it's just like, and I think just like what sisters Sharon said before, do not take things for granted. Everything can be possible, and those children, they have the capability and they have the potential. They are smarter than us. I never had this such idea when I was at that age. Make my own toys without, buy pay money. Yeah. So back to the story, and of course, I will link to another. Also, it happened to this few years ago, in the past, which is of course like the video that I shared just now. The soil, the essential for life. The soil is critical for agriculture, providing the nutrients and support necessary for plant growth, and it is the foundation of food production, and by extension, the human survival. So the soil can produce everything, fruit, vegetables, and others. And also, of course, is like, ecosystem services is play a very crucial role in the water filtration or the carbon storage, everything, the supporting the biodiversity and others, and to create the ecosystem balance and more resilience. This is the benefit of soil. So never underestimate anything tiny. So similar like to this boy, young boy, his story I also love to share to the young people generation. He say only hard work can lead to success. This young boy, maybe he's not good in the academic, but I think he's good in his what we so-called a green hand. He can plant anything and he can gain money from the soil because of his success. This boy actually he was live in one Taiwan province in a small place. This is like they are planting a lot of salads because this small village they have a family run factory which is relies on the mankind, the manual labor to process, like those peel the skin, the salad, garlic sprouts, and the green onion, 葱啊、蒜啊剥的. So the wages are calculated by the kilograms, and it's common for the rural, the women or the elderly people to come there to earn the extra cash, just like the 零工哈, like 家庭工. But this now I think he's about 18 years old because I think I knew this story about 1-2 years ago. So this 16-year-old boy, 心想, she is just as skilled as those popo mama, like the elderly mothers or grandmothers. He also can earn 800 Taiwan dollar a day. Why he want to do so? Because but however, this young boy, he was excellence lies not only in his positive thoughtfulness. He also adopt a piece of land in his village, in his household surrounded and then devote himself to plant the vegetable gardens in his junior high school. So for more than 3 years, our Tzu accompanied him during the COVID-19 because of the breakout pandemic, and then they suddenly his parents lost the source of bread, so they need people to support for temporary. So because of his hard work, and about 2-3 years, Tzu Chi give him a scholarship and support him with the financial support, and then he used the money. He has been successfully overcome all those failures, and then has continuously improved his techniques by learning. Yeah. And then his abundant harvest of the cabbage, cauliflower, and the cabbages have saved the family a lot of food expenses. So they don't need to go to the market to buy, and then he can eat what they plant. So it can save a lot of the food expenses by buying outside, and also can alleviate the heavy financial pressures for his parents, because he can reduce the burden, and then he can not only benefit, support themselves, he also can serve to others. And he also, when he get enough vegetable they have, he also very kind, filial young boy. He give to the vulnerable elderly surrounded his household. So this young boy is very unbelievable that he still keep study hard, and because of the Tzu Chi financial aid, he finally also can get into his first choice selected into the Taiwan National High School, majoring in the agriculture science. So I think this is what make him to improve himself. So the soil, if you know how to utilize it, you are really make a very big advantage, and for your own self, and also for benefit for others. So I think it's better that you never underestimated the children, those who are, like today Master say, some people were born in a wealthy family, some people born in a poverty family. It is because of their past life, what they have done, the causes and condition which is created, they bring the karma up to this life. So I think this young boy, he's cultivate a very good future for his own and his family as well. Although he been encountered difficulties during the pandemic before, but yet he's still doing some good in his past, so that he can make Tzu Chi. So he got a lot and blessing, and to continue to transform his own life. So I think never underestimated the soil. The soil make his interested to plant vegetable, and he finally can gain money. And once he become rich, he can able to buy the gold as well. So which one is precious, gold or soil? If you started from the basic, just like Masters want us to, build a hospital, you need to get a soil. Of course, the gold can turn to money, but yet you still need to get the money to buy the bricks and to build a hospital. Otherwise, a brick of gold cannot build. How many golds you have to stick up by using the brick of gold? Of course, you have to transform into the soil brick, then you can make it come true. I'm not sure you get what I mean, but this is the message I'm trying to say. So I would like to share this. Due to the time, I will continue, but this one, I can share my PPT later on to all of you, to Sister Xiaojing, if you want. This video is, the news is very touching. And this is how the boy said.
如果要买菜可以用，部分是我蛮喜欢种菜，蛮喜欢田园生活，可以用买一些肥料、菜苗，每一株菜都是从幼苗这样种到长大。
当同龄青少年沉迷于3C 产品，廖心祥每天从学校下课之后做的是这件事。
一个晚上啊，差不多一个晚上。 200块。很多人问说为什么我要做这份工作，也不要做的那么累。我就跟他们说，没有工作也是没有这笔收入可以帮助家里。
就读农技科，除了是兴趣，也是为了协助家庭生计。上学习得的知识，运用在日常生活中，已经逐步看到成果。
种得很漂亮，对啊，好漂亮哦！奶油莴苣，哦，有用心才会长得这么漂亮。你的种菜哦，比大人还老练啦。哎呦，我都定定咧念讲吼，咱大人种无菜好食，人种有菜好食啦，真好食，种人有拢会陪阮食。
看着一路陪伴的孩子乖巧懂事，慈济志工感到欣慰。
可以感受到他们已经可以说得到这信仰奖学金是很开心，也学会了怎么去回馈给我们。
我喝了你一杯水，我要再还给人家，不是一杯水而已，甚至要再大杯的水还给社会。
父母用心教养，心想踏实朝目标前行，一点一滴翻转逆境，未来也将持续传爱。大爱新闻真善美。
Okay. So the last point that I mentioned, I want to bring into three. This is the third point that I want to say about what is the precious of gold or sorry. I mean the counterpart of life is death. So what I want to say is like what are they doing when you look at these two pictures? Yeah, I think maybe some of you might know. Yeah, maybe you don't know, but if you look mindfully, maybe not too clear. So let us magnify the picture of the photo you call, and what did you see on the ground? This is what hunger people in the war zone area people looks like. They are collecting, is it rice or any grains from the ground? Will you ask your son or yourself to, when you have something fruit spill through the ground, will you act like this action to, mindfully pick one, which is like the mixture of the soil and the food and the so-called the cereal, the rice or the grains? No, I think maybe we just get just walk away and we can maybe go to the market to buy another pack of rice. You wouldn't do this action. And why in this time in just happened in the present time, not too long ago, not few months ago, just a few weeks ago, a few days ago. This is the women and children where they are trying to retrieve flour that have spilled on the ground. Why make them to do this action? Because of the hungry. And then not only for the women or the young children, and also for the young people, the strong men. Just like you can see,
several aid sites,
this is
and
what
those making
happened
this journey
in those
know just how dangerous it
things.
is. We are collecting pasta from the ground to feed our children, and we can't do more than that. I travelled at 4 o'clock this morning, but because of the heavy gunfire, we were unable to go any further.
Are you able to see any food here? I can't see any fruit, vegetables, apple, orange. I didn't see. I only see all those the carpets, the 纸箱, all the papers and on the ground and some sand. I can't even see any food on that, but people was praising on it, and everyone it was like wanting to find something which is precious for them. So what is so called the gold or the soil? When my master say, if you're not plant good deed for your own future and starting from now, maybe when after we end our life, the next life, when you believe there's a karma, circulation, and you will be reborn again as a human, will you think you won't be able to born in that kind of situation? Not necessarily have to be in South Africa, not in our country or in any other country or in other families that you're born. You were always facing a problem is that I'm hungry. Where can I find my food? Where can I find my place to shelter myself and my family? So I think this is, I try to always remind myself to recite at least one time for this Sutra of the Eight Realization of Great Beings, 八大人觉境, especially for the first, second, and third realization. All the world is impermanent and the earth is fragile and perilous, and the four great elements inhere in suffering and emptiness. So the five skandhas here is not self, it means like our human mind, which is always rise, change, and perish, and is unreal. And this is our mind is the root of evil. But of course, if you have a good mind, it's the root of good, good kindness. So this is I thinking the day and the night, what the Buddha want to remind the disciple, remember day and night and all times. The Buddha's, all of us as her disciple should mindfully recite and contemplate. And this for this realization of the great beings. This is all the Buddha, Bodhisattva, living Bodhisattva have done. So this is what we can learn. And I love this one, the second realization, because it's telling us we human beings have too much excessive desire, so we're suffering. When we get birth and until the end with death, or all those things originate from the greed and desires. So, but if we have the Dharma, we keep in heart, we know we desiring less, being empty of effort, and our body and mind will be at ease and free. And the third, which is insatiable, our mind, when you feel like you are not insatiable, not content, always seeking, thirsty for more. This is what happened now in certain country where, there's seek for something, which is the thing is very precious. But I tell you, for human being, we only need to have a simple food, have, a simple place to stay, and we just need to have a clean water, and this simple life can make us happier. But it's hard for those countries who are facing, they have to skip the compact zone from having the threatening of getting death by shooting from guns or missile, sword, or whatever. So I think this is I'm trying to say is like the unarmed civilians waiting to receive food aid as the humanitarian aid trucks arrive to the area. But the entire population of over maybe 1 to 2 million, or maybe over peoples more than that, the population is now having the severely food insecure. So what's so lucky that we are human, we living in Malaysia and Taiwan, and we have our friends, families. So what is more precious, soil gold? So while the gold we know has a significant economic and a cultural value, soil is the fundamental, more precious in terms of sustaining life and ecosystem. Without a healthy soil, the food production would collapse, affecting all life forms. This perspective is supported by the scientific researchers, and the environmental studies have emphasizing the importance of soil health for sustainability and the human well-being. So it's better for us to do more people to encourage to go for the plant-based diet and keep promoting the recycled environmental protection. But in summary, what is the more important is it your hand was having a handful of goals, or sand goals, or the soil, or a handful of rice. It is also by using our hand, but how we create the value. So in summary, while we know gold may hold monetary value, soil is invaluable for its role in sustaining life on Earth, because we rely on this. So this is what I think is most precious. The last but not least, so we are able to have such a peaceful environment to live in, must say, and the resources are becoming more and more abundant. We are so lucky, blessing people. So must say, but we should all be grateful for the blessing we create in our precious life. But must also say, she encourages us to accumulate good deeds for future, because Selfless giving in this life is accumulating merit for the next life, just like what happened in the Myanmar. Poor people still can do good things. Perhaps one day in the future, when you encounter hardship, it will not be other people or money that helps you to overcome the difficulties, but it's the blessing accumulated from your good deed in this life, in this moment, at the time, that how much you have contributed. So I think, thank you everyone for listening to my sharing. I think I've been over about 10 minutes and I'm running out of time because I'm going to get prepared to work with our Johor volunteers because waiting for me to pick up flowers soon. So I have to offline, and thank you for your time and hope to share to you guys next time. Goodbye, have a good day.
Shifu, can you stay 1 minute so that we can perhaps take a group photo together? Can brothers and sisters put on your TV image? Yes.
Okay, now I have 11 minutes to live. Thank you.
Sister Lily, are we done?
Okay, everyone please on the video. We try to take a nice group picture. Okay. Okay. Sister Lily, I think at the side, but I have taken also lah. 好，感恩大家，祝福平安吉祥，感恩啊，马斯
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Sister Sifu, for this piece of wisdom. I will look at gold differently from today onwards.
I hope you can get understand what I'm trying to say. But
Yes.
anyway, you'll feel very. I'm waiting for your response after listen to this topic. Whether I make it related to this topic or not through my sharing, so that I can improve. Okay, see you guys. Bye bye.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Have a good day, Sifu. Bye-bye. All right. So I will, from today onwards, invest money in soil. Like perhaps buying, I was just listening to somebody who was talking about, crowdfunding for, supporting farmers to grow organic food. And I think that is the way to go for the future, that not one farmer owns everything, but everybody has a part in it. And the community feels that it is, that they are part of it. And I think that is the most sustainable way to support and to grow the, safe planting of vegetables, And so now we get to Sister Yvonne. Good morning, Sister Yvonne. Nice to see you again every day. I wish that I know that you have been very, very diligent in your work, especially with the tours. Sister Yvonne was in my same class when we were commissioning. Right? I know, Sister Yvonne, last time you were a no-nonsense corporate lady, right? But now you're really a fabulous city volunteer. And today we would like to hear from you what you have discovered in your duties as a tour guide, English group, right? Yeah. Okay. Over to you, Sister.
感恩 Sister Moon. I will share my PowerPoint.
Yes.
You can see?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so a very good morning to all brothers and sisters. So I'm very grateful to Sister Ching for giving me this opportunity to share again at this platform. What I'll be sharing today is on the touring of Suchi KL Ching Hall from the view of a tour guide coordinator. Today's content will basically covers the following topic: the tour guide mentors, passing on knowledge by Brother PS, the English group tour guides, areas covered for touring, work preparation as a tour guide coordinator, recent visits by some organizations, and insight from the GRE tour visits. So it may come as a surprise to many that Suchi KL Ching Hall is one of the recommended tourist spots when you search in trip.com, TripAdvisor, and etc. for places to visit in KL. Recently, while I was on duty on 3rd August in Jing Hall, I was pleasantly surprised and proud of Suchi. Why? Because while on duty, we met a very young Chinese couple from China wanting a tour of the Jing Hall.
Sister Yvonne, 1 minute, Sister Yvonne. Are you sharing something on screen?
Share already? Cannot see?
No, we cannot. I can't see.
What about the rest?
Can the rest of yours see?
No.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's just a gray screen. And
Wait, I stop share again.
Yes. You share again.
How about now?
Now I see your PPT. Yeah.
I try again now when I put a
Yes,
preview.
correct.
Okay.
We saw this just now.
you can put a slide mode, sister.
Can you see this?
No.
No.
Oh dear. This what happened, huh?
It's okay.
One more time. Now can?
Yep.
How about now?
Yes, now we see.
Okay. So did you see the content just now? It's okay, I can skip, huh?
Yeah, okay.
What about here?
Yes, we can see this now.
Okay, so there was this pair of Chinese young couple. They came to our Jing Hall. So I was very curious and I asked them, how is that they want to come and visit this place? So in fact, they shared that our KL Jing Hall was a recommended place to visit in their Chinese Facebook equivalent called Xiaohongshu. So the interest to visit KL Jing Hall is not only at an individual basis. There are recently a lot of requests coming from corporate and organizations to visit our Jing Hall, thus giving birth to the role of a tour guide coordinator to handle group visits. So when causes and conditions matured in April 2023, the journey to build a pool of English-speaking tour guides and coordinator begins. Brother PS, here's the picture here, with Sister Eunice, or also known as Sister Kampung, were the initiator. They took on the role of mentors and advisors. The sister in the PX uniform here, Sister GT and Sister GT were together on the initial team, and today they have since been certified as Suchi Commissioner. So as the saying goes, pictures tell 1,000 words. Here are some heartwarming moments capturing Brother PS in action, downloading his knowledge to the three of us. Brother PS has so much wisdom that he could connect the stories of Master Ching so wonderfully. We are truly grateful to Brother PS for his self nature in living out the 6 paramitas and for giving his time and being so patient in guiding the new joiners to be a Jing Hall tour guide. So with the guidance and download of knowledge by a team of 3 initially, Brother PS, Sister Eunice, and including Sister June. This is Sister June here. So the team has conducted both online sharing sessions and hands-on training to aspiring volunteers that aspire to be a Jing Hall tour guide. So with the blessings from all, the team of tour guides have grown to more than 10 today, as you can see from the pictures here. Kannan to all who are willing to come on board to be a Jing tour guide. So I'll be sharing some visual on some of the touring stations that we covered with visitors. However, the route that a coordinator plan will depend on the numbers of visitors per group basis. Let's say if the group is about 20 packs or less, the usual stations we covered are Story Hall, International Hall, Environmental Protection, Corridors, Malaysian Hall, and Sutra Hall. So these are a glimpse Here we have the glimpse of the exhibition hall, also known as the story hall. And this is a mass station in the planned route, as is the foundation for the tour guide to share on the Tzu Chi 4 mission stories, example, charity mission, medical mission, and so forth, which is within the exhibition hall. For the Malaysian hall, which is also a mandatory station, where the tour guide will share the story of the Tzu Chi 4 missions via community volunteerism. So some of the key messages that we share, for example, at the outside of the hall, we will share about the returning to nostalgia, reviving the world of community and family connections. Sometimes the tour guide may share on the round table on our relating to Chinese culture, filial piety, family love, eating etiquette, and so forth. And the team also will at times share about the chip cups, bringing to the attention that we must always look on the positive side of things rather than focus on the negative part. These two stations, the International Pavilion and Environmental Protection Corridor, are also in the mandatory route for visitors. For International Pavilion, the guide we share on Tzu Chi global footprints spanning 5 continents, which give rise to the statement that Tzu Chi, the statement that the sun never sets in the Tzu Chi world. They also may share on the disaster relief model, safety, which is unseen, peace of mind, unseen, and livelihood. These 3 principles, the tour guide, most of the time they will share. And on the environmental protection part, the tour guide may share on the importance of recycling the 5R and becoming vegetarian to combat the global warming. The Sutra Hall is also a station that have become a must-share to visitors, and usually it will all the visitors. At the Sutra Hall, normally there are 4 key areas where the tour guide would like to share on the structure, where it is actually shaped like a giant shape similar to our Tzu Chi logo, which symbolize we are in the sea of compassion as a bodhisattva or living bodhisattva. We try to bring people from the sea of suffering to the shore of liberation. And we also will also like to encourage, if they stand outside the hall and if they look inside, actually there's a Ren wound here. It means that as a human being, we always try to cultivate to become a better person. And in the middle of the hall is the modern picture of our Buddha. And here they will relate to the story of wisdoms and compassion that Buddha tried to save the earth and the human being. And when we go to the corridor of gratitude, here the tour guide, they may share this plaque is the one that showcases Master Cheng Yen's handwritten text of the same sutra, and that seems from the foundation of Tzu Chi Dharma lineage and Tzu Chi school of Buddhism, which holds great significance to all that follow the Tzu Chi path. And also when we go inside the gratitude hall, we usually try to share the model of the wisdom, compassion, and great vow. Compassion is the role model that we try to follow Kuan Yin Pusa. Wisdom is on the Buddha, and the great vow is on the Earth Bodhisattva. Here, the Dharma ramp, we have 2 sets, the west and the east. The west actually showcase the international galleries, and the east side is mostly on Malaysian galleries. Here, the tour guide, when they bring the visitors from the Dharma ramp to the first floor or second floor, they will share the inspirational stories that has happened around the world. And hopefully, while we are sharing the story, the people can understand more about Tzu Chi value and missions, and hopefully they will join the rank of Tzu Chi volunteers. And this is a power station where the tour guide, most of the time, they will try to make a stop and have the visitors to take photo around here, because this is the place that we share about the 3 precepts, the Samadhi and wisdom, as well as the 3 wisdom. At time, the building structure, if we can, we will talk about the Ren, the shape of the Ren. Here is the 3 Dharmas, and also the little wooden house, and the 32 words of the same sutra. This route will be only covered when the visitors or the group of visitors is more than 100 packs, and the coordinator will ensure that there are no clashes and avoid congestion when we are taking the groups to tour our Jing Hall. Here are some of the organizations that have recently visited our KL Jing Hall. We have those coming from Garden International School. These are the YMCA from the US. We have those from St. Francis Church, Lincoln University, and so forth. Okay, sharing some pictures of the heartwarming pictures here from the recent visit by the YMCA US. In fact, there were 5 groups during June to July. Here, our bamboo bank story in our exhibition hall. And we ever share with them that 50 cents also can save life, and it never fails to inspire the visitor. And as always, we try our best to bring them to our Sutra Hall and to share about our Sutra Hall design, the structure, and the Dharma principles underpinning the structures. And it has also become a tradition when we end our session with one family song. Here, I must give tribute to Sister Stephanie, who is very inspiring, and she has a charisma to motivate the team, and I share a little bit of what happened during the session. And always when this part where the one family song are shared, the momentum and the energy is so great. You have to be there to feel it. And there were twice or 3 times when we have this session. After that, the visitor was so inspired that they wanted to sing a song back to us. So that's how I think truly our one family song or the sharings can inspire the visitors. Here, I would like to share a real life story from Brother PS, how the power of storytelling can impact a person. So during this session, there was a visitor from China. He was so inspired by the story shared by Brother PS that he donated RM10K on that day. And later he texts a message to Brother PS, and this is what he says: "Gratitude to you for giving me the moments to purify my soul." So it's truly, you never know what a difference that you can make to a person's life when you are sharing the story of Suu Kyi. So here are some feedback from the Garden International School. They are already on 2 years collaboration with Suu Kyi, where they bring their students over to visit our Jing Hall. And there was one question from them, whether Suu Kyi would like to continue this collaboration. So personally, I answer a big yes from me. From my perspective, through this visit, we are planting seeds of kindness to the young student, indirectly promoting and spreading the Dharma and creating good affinities. I must say and confess, when I first started out as a tour guide, I was just someone doing a tour guide duty, a lot of detachment. But I do more when I realized the storytelling was able to inspire the visitors. That's when I could connect the Dharma taught by our master. So there's always Dharma joy as one walk the Bodhisattva path. This is a glimpse of a coordinator duties. Just please do get in touch with me if any one of you wish to become a tour guide or tour guide coordinator.
Hi. Hey, good morning. Mama.
So what is the linkages of the 4 great vows to be a Jing Hall tour guide or a tour guide coordinator? When I first heard of these 4 great vows during my commissioning certification in 2019, so it was mere word then. Sounds so huge. And the first thing that came to mind, oh dear, how to apply this in daily life? But now, I'm grateful that I have the affinity to meet the 3 rare, born as a human being, meet a great master, our Master Cheng, and encounter Buddha Dharma. And during the core period, I have the opportunity to listen to Master Wisdom at Dawn. So there was a bit of self-realization. The first 4 application, which were taught by Master, that we need to walk among the masses, create good affinity, plant the seed of Dharma, share the Dharma to many. So by being a tour guide, we actually can build good affinity with many, and through storytellings imbued with Dharma, we plant the seed and hope the heartwarming story that we share could inspire and awaken the compassion in them. And as Master said, all sentient beings are inherently good, have the Buddha nature, and if they are touched and inspired by our story, the journey to walk the path then can begin. And I would like to conclude my sharing with the learnings I have learned from Brother Ching with regards to law of karma, the 3 keywords that he gives to us: accept and pay karmic debts, fulfill your karmic responsibility, and learn the karmic lesson meant for us. So upon self-reflection, I have a karmic responsibility to learn and spread Dharma And by being a Jingxi tour guide or tour guide coordinator, it is one of the Dharma doors that allows me to fulfill my karmic responsibility to share and spread the Dharma. Kannan for listening.
Thank you very much, Sister Yvonne. We can all now see that our team of tour guides in Jingsi Hall are great beings, right? Sacrificing their time to do all this. And, you are the connection to the public's awareness of Tzu Chi's reason for being, for Tzu Chi's history, and very often now to inspire people to be volunteers and to find themselves just like what you have done. And I think that Sister Yvonne, I hope that the team will grow. I wish the team a lot of success, because I think that is very important for Tzu Chi to be connected to people and for them to understand what we are all about. And I think as Sister Yvonne's own experience, it is not only for others that you are doing, because you receive something back in return, right? And that's really something very, very wonderful. Well, we have come to the end of a session for this week. If there is somebody who would like to say something or would like to ask something, if not, we will wish everybody a very happy weekend. Do I see anybody who want to ask something? Okay, no? All right. So in that case, I will ask you to rise together with me and to pay homage to the Triple Gem. The first bow, second bow, third bow, and a bow to our abode masters. Well, thank you, brothers and sisters, for a wonderful session. We look forward to seeing you again next week for another session. And everybody have a great weekend. Bye-bye.
Sister Moon.
And I'm Sister Moon.
Everyone.
And then Sister Moon, what a wonderful
Yeah,
hosting.
we